Let us go then, tell them the briefing. That's fair enough, mate, don't wait.
Good afternoon, hello. My name is Daniel. This is the TriathlonDan YouTube channel. Today we're at Darley Moor, crit racing.
Not today.
But a little bit of a difference because I have audio on board as part of this race footage, so hopefully we're going to hear some of the chatter that goes off in the peloton at an amateur bike race. So this is a second, third and fourth cat crit at Darley Moor, organised by Matlock CC. I'm a third cat crit racer. I'm here for fun, I'm here for a good workout. My race plan is to conserve my energy until later in the race, and that is how this is going. 2 minutes 20 in. I did just ship my chain as well, but that's good timing, I think, to save me chasing that fruitless attack. Keep an eye on all the stats down below. The times on the bottom left will flick through different times. The circuit map is on the top left, and the black arrows are wind direction. There's about 6 or 7 miles an hour of wind, and all the other stats are down below. So hopefully I'll give you a bit of information around what I'm going to talk you through. This is essentially how the race played out for me. Spoiler alert, I didn't win, but I did get stuck in and have a good time. Circuit's pretty straightforward. It's a bit of a Dorito shape. This is the only real lump on the course here. Now I am 100 kilos, and that does seem to affect me on this little rise quite a bit, as you can see. I'm just going backwards, but this is lap 1. I'm not too concerned. Everybody is super fresh, so this will be the fastest it is. Well, I'm thinking, hoping anyway, that it will be at any point in that race. It just sort of dulled down a bit further on. So flitting ahead here, lap 2. How's your plan going, Daniel, to conserve energy till later? Well, not well. Oh, I just felt like that was gifted to me, to be honest. I was carrying a bit of speed. The front of the bunch just eased a little, so why not just hit it and see what happens? Now, unfortunately, races at the beginning of them, you know, everybody feels fresh. There's one rider up the road here, if that makes me justify it anymore. Riders are fresh, riders are keen, riders are motivated, so it's not very often that breakaways go and stay from the beginning of the race. Sure, it happens from time to time, but it's just not a common occurrence. So I know that, I understand that. I just can't get myself to like restrain myself. I think some of it is I get bored just sat in the bunch, and if it feels like, oh, this is a sustainable pace, it feels like I'm doing myself a disservice and not training hard enough. But anyway, one fruitless attack done, a couple more to come. This is now lap 2. We're thinking, right, not again, Daniel, surely, come on, play it. So, oh no, why? I mean, honestly, my plan was to sort of save my bullets, but as you can see, there are 2 riders up the road, so if that helps me justify it anymore. But the only saving grace is I do notice there are a couple of riders on my wheel, flick them through, then I notice the whole bunch is there and sit right up. So I don't commit like absolutely loads of energy to that, but in hindsight, perhaps not the smartest move. A little bit further on, again, when the bunch spreads out across the road like that, you know that it's really eased up, and sometimes little gaps just open up right there and just give you a little path through, and you can just slot through, carry a bit of speed, and then get off the front of the group that way. That rider behind me looks like he's properly attacking, and you can just tell his attack's much stronger because he carries more speed and then comes straight past me, and it's just that acceleration that I like. But it's a slight headwind, so I'm dropping straight on his wheel, kind of, please wait for me. But again, the bunch is on our wheel behind, so I know that I'm not committing loads of energy to it, but that was quite hard. I'm at my max heart rate, so I need a bit of time to recover after that one. Nice one, Daniel. 14 minutes down. Another half a lap or so on. Now, I am trying to recover here. I'm still feeling quite good, but again, we're going into a bit of a headwind, so it's really easy at the back. You see people freewheeling. So again, I'm just going to follow this rider through in case he just slips off. This is the rider who attacked from the gun, so it did strike me as somebody who would be a fan of a breakaway. And I think if you identify those people, surround yourself with them and follow them when they do attack and so on, because if they're more motivated to work in a breakaway, well, they're the riders you want to be away with, aren't they? Unfortunately, you know, that wasn't an attack, he just sort of eased the front, that was it. Another half a lap on, 20 minutes on, and this is the tailwind section. I absolutely love attacks like this. We've got a cracking tailwind, we are absolutely motoring, I feel like I've got some gas, my cadence is high, we're just absolutely shifting. This is absolutely buzzing. Whether it's pointless or not, I don't care. This feels absolutely incredible. We're doing 35 miles an hour. There's not much point, the whole bunch is behind us, but that gap is opening up behind you. That rider's just sat up, and I was thinking, well, you know, is this going to be a break? And it's very unrealistic, but this was so much fun. I actually really enjoyed this one particular segment. I should have perhaps just tried to squeeze that gap close to the wheel to get a little bit of recovery, but in honesty, I couldn't do it. I was spinning out 53.11, so I've not got a bigger gear than that, so what can you do? And again, this is my not favourite bit there, so we'll cut that bit out. Right. 47 minutes in, this is where the race has really started to bite. I felt good, but I'm not as fit as I was last year, so I'm not recovering as well. I've not got those big attacks as well, and this is where the race actually broke up. So those 4 riders going off the front there, they do break away and stay away. Of course, here I was hoping that I could follow this rider through and you know, get up to them. And you can see he's like looking at me, looking to see if he's got a group behind him or not. And then he's committing to, you know, to pull in. I know what he's thinking. I'll do a little turn, and then, you know, TriathlonDan will pull through and give us a turn. He's obviously looking for me. Come on, pal. Come on. And then he shouts something like, "We'll get him yet. Come on." We'll get him yet. Come on. And I'm genuinely giving this all I've got. I'm pretty much at my max heart rate, and I had nothing else to give. So sorry, pal. You did the right thing by, you know, shouting me, but I just didn't have any gas. Now this is an interesting exchange next. What happens? So this rider behind me, if we just try and listen to what he says. So he's closed us down with the whole group on his wheel.
Come on, boys, you get him.
Go on, boys, you can get him. Right. So what I say?
Feel free to pull through.
Yeah, feel free to pull through then.
I've got a man there anyway.
So he's got a man there anyway, so he's got a man in the breakaway. Now, that sort of stuff happens all the time, and for me it's a case of don't hate the player, hate the game. Like, he's just shouting, "Go on lads, you can get him," because he wants to tire us out. He wants us to flog ourselves on the front and try and bring him back, and he's just going to sit there. Like, I absolutely commend that. That is good, because I didn't do it. Not because I didn't fall for it, because I didn't have the legs to, but you know, some people might have just go, "Okay, yeah, right, come on then, let's go," not knowing that he's actually got a teammate up the road and he's not going to work at all. But I don't know. I mean, I'm as guilty as the next person who's doing stuff like that, so I'm not going to criticise him. But that's the sort of thing that sometimes you have to deal with in a quick race and try and think about whether you're acting on things or not. And especially when you're getting in breakaways and things, you're going to want to work with people. So you almost need like a friend in the bunch or a friend in the group you end up in. But you almost can't trust anybody as far as you can throw them. So I absolutely love it, and you know, it's all good fun. So yeah, good to see that sort of thing being employed tactics wise. Well done, Ilkeston. Bit further along now, so 53 minutes in. One group has stayed away, so we are now the second group, the main bunch, and then there's another little attack here. A couple of riders go off the front. Tell a lie, 2 groups have gone off the front now, so we are the third group on the road. You can see just the road there, that is the second group, so we are group number 3. The little gap behind me to the group behind, and all I'm thinking now is, well, we've only got, I think, 2 laps left at this point. I don't think we're going to catch the second or first group again. What did I shout then? Something like short hard turns or something. But basically trying to get them, you know, that's what I'm doing now. I'm doing a short hard turn. And that might not be a load of power, but I'm absolutely gassed. But then obviously they weren't going to do the same, but I didn't really bring much to the table anyway. But I wanted us to try and work to catch that next group up the road, because they're not that far away. I've done my little bit, that's all I could. Yeah, someone else then shouting, saying they're not far ahead, or people ahead, or something like that. You can't always hear because of the wind and stuff. But you know, you're just trying to gauge what do people want out of this from the you know, in the group around you. Some of the riders in here will have resigned themselves to the fact that, well, if I get round, then that's fine, and that's probably, you know, partially my thoughts as well. To be honest, I've really knocked it off now. I'm not pushing harder than on the front. I'm certainly not pulling. I just want to maintain position here, because I'm thinking, well, we've got a lap and a half to go. If this is this is the group I'm going to be in, I want to try and get the best result I can from this group that I'm in. I think we're probably just outside the top 20 or something like that on the road. But, you know, this is your own little race now, isn't it? So out of this corner, I've never got the best kick here, but this is a tailwind section. The group's strung out. I know it's been really hard. If you leave it to like a lap or half a lap to go, people are expecting an attack. So here I was thinking a lap and a half out, like it's a long way to go, solo off the front of a group. So like, they're not going to be expecting it now, or not expecting it as much. I'm going to give it a crack. So I give it everything I've got here. Build up some speed. This is the tailwind section, so I know they're not going to get much draft from me as I'm coming by, and I'm just committing to this. I'm just giving it everything I've got. Now I'm at the end of this race. I don't have the gas that I had at the beginning of this race, but I figure if I can hold sort of 300 watts down there, that's going to keep me at a decent speed. I stayed away for a lap and a half. We're now another few minutes on. My last lap, as you can see, was 3 minutes 10, which I was pretty happy with. Half it was on my own, this half isn't. And you see what happens. Just come to the finish line and the group catches me, and I obviously just sit up. But I think that was well worth doing. I was never going to beat them in the sprint finish anyway. Excellent race. Well done to all those who took part. Thanks to all the marshals and volunteers, and I'll see you at the next one.